Order number 2, communication from the chair. Order number 3, messages. Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers.
Honorable Vice Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following report on the table of the House today morning, Wednesday. Public participation report on the Health Facility Improvement Financing Bill 2023. Thank you. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following report on the table of the House today morning. Public participation report on the Community Health Service Bill 2023.
Order number 6, notices of motion. Order number 8, 7, statements.
Honorable Young.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Statement sought from the Chair Committee on Lands, Housing and Urban Development. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Standing Order 47(1)(c), I wish to request for a statement from the Chairperson for the Central Committee on Lands, Housing and Urban Planning regarding the roadside businesses in Garissa Municipality. Honorable Speaker, there are challenges associated with roadside businesses such as traffic congestion or zoning violations and environmental concerns. There are ways to address these concerns through thoughtful planning and collaboration with local authorities, business owners, and community stakeholders. Honorable Speaker, the Chairperson should inquire into and report on, number 1, the business operating on the roadsides, are they registered? Number 2, does the county government collect revenue from the roadside businesses? Have they been allocated the space they are operating their businesses on? Number 3, if they were allocated those spaces to operate from, who allocated each to them? Number 4, what measures are being implemented to manage and reduce road congestion caused by businesses operating along major roads? Number 5, what steps are being taken to mitigate environmental hazards and pollution caused by roadside businesses? Number 6, is there a plan to relocate certain types of businesses to reduce their impact on urban traffic and the environment? Number 7, what improvements are being made to public transportation and infrastructure to alleviate the pressure from roadside businesses? Number 8, are there any plans to develop dedicated commercial zones away from the residential areas and major traffic routes? Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Vice Chair. Please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Speaker, sir, will be within 2 weeks' time for
The statement of the House committed. Next order, please.
Number 8, motion.
Honorable Vice Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move the following motion that the business specified under Order 5 be exempted from the provision of Standing Order 2096 of The report shall be published on the County Assembly website and circulate copies to the members. And I request Honorable Madam Chair to second me.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I thank you. Honorable members, I now propose, pursuant to the provision of Standing Order 63(1), that the business specified under Order 5 be exempted from the provision of Standing Order 2096 of the County Assembly Standing Orders within 48 hours. Within 48 hours, the reports shall be published on the County Assembly website and circulate copies to members. I now put the question. Pursuant to the provision of Standing Order 63(1), that the motion pursuant to Standing Order 5, pursuant to Standing Order 51, I now put the question that as many as of that opinion say aye, as many as of contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Next.
Garissa County Health Facility Improvement Financing Bill, Assembly Bill number 7 of 2023, second reading.
Vice Chair, you can now move it.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. That the Garissa County Health Facility Improvement Fund, Improvement Financing Bill 2023, Bill number 7 of 2023, be now read a second time. Thank you. Honorable Madam Chair, please support.
Honorable members, I now put the question pursuant to the provision of Standing Order 63(2). I now propose the question pursuant to the provision of Standing Order 63(2). I now put the question that the Garissa County Health Facility Improvement Financing Bill 2023, Assembly Bill number 7 of 2023, be now read a second time. As many as of that opinion say aye. Aye. As many as contrary opinion say nay.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the bill provides for mechanisms for hospitals to collect, retain, and manage their own source revenue at the facility level by creating different levels of structures like cavities at all levels of health facilities. This will allow health facilities to use their own generated revenue without approval from the county treasury. And this will reduce delays and will lead to efficiency at all levels. Mr. Speaker, the bill gives effect to Section 5(1) of the Public Finance Management Act by declaring county health facilities as entities. It also provides a framework in line with Section 1092B of the PFM Act 2012 to allow the county health facilities to remain revenue collected for defrayed operational and maintenance costs. The bill also provides for appropriate governance structures and accountability measures to support the county health facilities improvement finances provided for in Public Finance Management Act 2012. Mr. Speaker, the following principles shall guide the implementation of this act. Health services shall be available, accessible, acceptable, affordable, and of good quality and standard. Mr. Speaker, health facilities shall be well funded to offer quality care to all patients. Accountability, transparency, and integrity shall be upheld, observed, promoted, protected in the collection, management, and use of revenue. Mr. Speaker, that revenue generated at health facilities will be considered to be additional to the budgets appropriated to health facilities by the county assemblies or national parliament and not a substitute. Mr. Speaker, please go to page 10. Mr. Speaker's overview of the Garissa County Facility Improvement Financing Bill 2023. This bill provides the provision of establishment of the County Health Facility Improvement Fund, which shall enable county health entities to be autonomous and use their own source revenue at the source. And this facility improvement financing shall enable the county entities to collect and retain revenue, finance the respective entities of operational and management costs, provide readily available financial resources for optimal operations of the county entities all year round, improve daily facility operations and promote improved access to health services to all county residents, establish the county health facility as a procurement entity in line with the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act of 2015 and the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Regulations of 2020. Increase where applicable the accessibility and predictability of finances for procurement of essential products, commodities and technologies, enable county entities to budget and utilize collected revenue in line with the Public Finance Management Act 2012. Mr. Speaker, the public participation, the stakeholders' involvement, public participation in Kenya is considered a crucial pillar of Kenyan Constitution. Page 11. Mr. Speaker, how the bill concerns the county. The Garissa County Facility Improvement Financing Bill 2023. This is an act of County Assembly of Garissa to provide for collection, retention, management, and use of county health improvement financing pursuant to Article 207 of the Constitution and Section 1092B of the Public Finance Management Act. The objectives and purpose of this act is to give effect to Section 5.1 of the Public Finance Management Act by declaring county health facilities as entities. B. Provide a framework in line with Section 1092 of the PFM Act to allow the county health facilities to retain revenue collected for defraying operational and maintenance costs. C. Provide for appropriate governance, structures and accountability measures to support the county health facility improvement financing provided for in the Public Finance Management Act. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Act also provides for creation of different committees at all levels of health facilities. This will ensure all health facilities to use the funds at the source and hence increase efficiency and enhance service delivery. Mr. Speaker, the submissions, the public submissions. Submission by Ahmed Ali, one of the participants in the public participation. Mr. Speaker, the participant urged the committee to fast-track the passing of the bill. Yeah. And emphasize on the importance of the bill since it will give autonomy to the health facilities. Submission by David Onyango. The participant also welcomed the idea of health facilities managing their funds and said it will improve service delivery since the funds will allow health facilities to use it for offsetting emergency issues. Submission by Mohammed, the participant was more particular on the drug supply shortage at the sub-counties which he claimed disadvantaged large population of the county. He said that the revenue generated by the sub-county hospitals is directed to the county treasury. By assessing the money by the state health facilities is a challenge. He said the passing of the Facility Improvement Fund will ensure those rural health facilities to create their own committees and access the fund for their own use. Submissions by Jamal Abdallah. We have also submissions by Halima Rashid. So let's go to page 13 for the committee recommendations. The committee recommends the consideration of the public opinion as ideal and voted for the existence of the bill towards its implementation for the common good of the county residents. Now the committee recommends the adoption and the subsequent passage of the bill. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Chair. The report is now open for debate. Honorable Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, from the onset, I support the motion by the Committee for Health. Mr. Speaker, on the report, this motion for the report by the committee, Honorable Speaker, if you can remember, this effort started way back in the Naivasha, the FIF issue, alongside the other bill, but currently what we are discussing about is FIF. So Speaker, donors have been pumping money from public participation by members, and all the same, it has taken a lot of time. We are close to 5 months, I think, now. And this bill is very important, it's very crucial. We find it to be a bill that is good use to the public of Garissa County at large. Honorable Speaker, when we go back to page 4, which was important to be read, so that we see Speaker, you can see how we are struggling. We need something at least on top of it when we are perusing this important document in the main chambers. They should design it in a manner that befits representation. On page 4, Mr. Speaker, the Act applies to the following county entities. It's very important members to understand where did this bill end up. The state county referral hospitals, B, they say sub-county hospitals, C, health centers, dispensaries, that is D, public health services, any other public health entities as may be conferred on them as such by this act or any other legislation. Mr. Speaker, it is by knowledge that this bill, the end users, will be within these premises that are mentioned, or entities, as you may call it. To note, very important, Mr. Speaker, is that this bill, if I may mention, in the DAP as a case, we had a problem that we faced in the General Hospital of the DAP facility, that we had a breakdown of one of the important laboratory centers, those main door, and they could not use that money. Every time money is collected from the DAP, it ends up in the accounts that they cannot access the money. And for that purpose, Mr. Speaker, FIF will help this own source revenue. At least they make sure that they can use certain money to help within the facility. And the essence of this FIF is to improve the facility that attracts or calls for revenue generation. So, Mr. Speaker, from the onset, and I say that I support the motion, and I also appeal to honorable members that this bill has delayed, and it is high time we pass. Mr. Speaker, what interested me so much was the membership of the committee. If you are a member of this committee, those members who have acknowledged that this bill is very important. I want to read something on those. Can you allow me? Sorry. Thank you. For those members who acknowledge this bill on page 8, Honorable Speaker, are 9 members. Those who are today present, I don't know why they could not sign it, included yourself, Honorable Speaker. I don't know. I have a document that you have not signed. I don't know how that has ended up there. Honorable Zamzam is also one of them. He is a member of this committee, seated today here. He has not acknowledged this bill. Honorable member for Libori, who is also my neighbor this morning here, has not also acknowledged it. But for purposes of consideration, I want to also advise members that such important bills is good to carry on them for the future, for posterity. That if this bill goes through and it becomes a bill for use, it will have a good reflection on your names. That there are those who supported through their committee effort. Meaning that by not signing means a lot to me, Mr. Speaker. So I urge other members who may have the opportunity to pass such important bills to make sure that they sign. It's important. And I also talk to the Secretary to make a follow-up on members when they come from their comfort zones, to make sure that they also sign for serious acknowledgement of this bill. And thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this presentation. Thank you very much.
Honorable Martin. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to take this opportunity, Mr. Speaker, to first commend the Committee of Health that is being led by the Vice Chair for bringing this bill, for this report on the FIF bill. Mr. Speaker, this bill is overdue. And we are very happy today that at least the whole of last week we didn't have a quorum, and that's why not met. Mr. Speaker, this bill is overdue, and it's high time that the members, as members, because of the benefits it carries for our people, Mr. Speaker, it is high time, members, that we first pass this bill. Mr. Speaker, the bill says that health services shall be available, accessible on page 4 of the report. The report says that the bill shall be available, accessible, affordable, and of good quality and standard. And that is what we require for our people. It also says that health facilities shall be well funded to offer quality care to all patients. Mr. Speaker, and that is what we require for our health facilities, because at the moment we know the status of our health facilities. Mr. Speaker, the report also is very elaborate on accountability, transparency, equity, and that's what the report says. It is going to be upheld, and if that is done, I think that's the direction all of us want our health facilities to go. Mr. Speaker, I'm also interested that the report says on page 10 that it will enable the county entities to collect and retain revenue paid as users' fees in order to defray cost of running the respective. Because, Mr. Speaker, sometimes You know, procurement issues are very bureaucratic in any government entity. So sometimes when the hospital requires a very small thing, they have to come all the way, the procurement, the law has to be followed, that all to go all those through process, and while maybe the patients are suffering. So I think if these entities, this bill is going to allow the health facilities to incur expenditure at the source where they are collecting the money, it's going to be of a big advantage to our people, and that's what we require. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to add at this moment that the members, let us, all of us, agree with the committee and pass this report. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Let me start by saying that I support this bill here, and it's really something that we've been looking up to. And maybe if I can inform my majority leader about the signatures here, some of the members who have not signed were not part of the members at the reception stage of this bill. And we were, we came later onwards when already this report had been adopted. And we have any objection, and in case of any requirement for any signatures, we are ready to do so. Mr. Speaker, I want to go back to the main, the name of this bill. It's called Facility Improvement Bill. And our expectation is that once this bill is adopted, we are going to see a lot of improvements in our facilities. Mr. Speaker, this bill encourages service delivery to the people, closer to the people, especially at our ward levels. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, I want to remind my fellow members, in case we do not see any improvement in the next 1 year, we will be able to bring another bill to rebuke this one. Because, Mr. Speaker, if we are not getting the delivery that we are looking forward to, there is no any need of us passing bills and going through a lot of work doing this stuff. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, I want to recommend the committee for the good job that has been done, and also giving independence to these health facilities, Mr. Speaker. It means that they will be able to manage themselves. But the most important thing is that they should have transparency, especially in the management of this fund. And also it will be a benefit to the county government, because those revenues will also increase up the economy of the county. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, this is just the beginning, and we are expecting to see a very big change in our health facilities in the whole county, especially in our ward levels. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, I support this report, and I recommend the committee once again.
Pass the microphone.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, for the onset, I'm a member of the committee, and I want to inform the members that the original document to the Speaker, the Deputy Speaker signed, the majority whip has signed, and Honorable Zerzem has explained herself why she has not, but the adoption of this report was unanimous, and the committee agreed, and there was no objection. They said because we will have captured the report if there is any objection for the members. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, this bill, we can say it's overdue because we were to do it earlier than today, but because of circumstances that delayed, I think now that we are here, we need to fast track and ensure that we pass it on time, because it is good for us who are all coming from the various wards. We understand the challenges we are facing in our dispensaries, in our health centers, and in our sub-county hospitals. The challenges we are facing in terms of the operation of the facilities. What we normally challenge, Mr. Speaker, is the disbursement of the money normally delays. Yes, the allocations are made to the Department of Health and to the hospitals, but disbursement from Nairobi office normally delays, normally takes a month or two, sometimes 3 months,
unable to fund this bill, unable to fund this facility because of they don't have a bill. This is timely, Mr. Speaker, and I rise to support, and it will open the light of the day, and it will open our facilities outside the Garissa town. So, Mr. Speaker, I rise to support it.
Let's keep time.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I stand to support the motion. And Mr. Speaker, first and foremost, I want to appreciate the members of this committee, that's the health committee. And last week, some of us were in training on campus, but those who are present, they are very commendable job.